Well, welcome to MindShifters Radio. Today's Tuesday, January the 20th, 2026. And you can see we got a little one back here. We welcome you to the show. We'll give Michael just a minute. Two Susans are with us. Good to see you. Or to see your icons anyway. So, if you hear Miss Rachel in the background, that's what he watches while we're doing the show. Okay. So we've had some good processing the last few days. It's been awesome. And Susan Bingham, thank you again. We've been going, we each printed off the book and have been going page by page. It's exciting. Welcome, Miss Joan. She actually said that she was thinking about having a book club in her neighborhood when the book came out. So that'll be exciting too.
Yes, I can't wait to get your book, Jeanie.
Well, I'm excited about getting it out there too. Susan and I are going through our last round, and then I'm going to have the, I can't remember what they call it, but it's like actually the printed book, except it's like a proof copy. And then we'll look through it one more time and then give them the go ahead to print.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Welcome, Mr. Michael.
Very exciting that that book is getting so close. It's awesome. And welcome, everybody. Delighted and honored that you're here. And that, one more time, we get to move to the next level of opening, softening, peeling out layers. I was kind of sitting down today. I've been doing some writing on some different things, but I was looking at timing. And that it's just at, I've been waffling. How many years has it been? Just at the 55-year point, just past that of where I did my first workshop. And ruminating through all the layers, all the healing crisis, all the process that's happened. It's just like, whew.
Hey, Michael.
Yes, ma'am.
I was listening this morning to a video that I think you did in London, or with somebody who's in London.
Right.
It was an hour long. Well,
maybe the Global Book Club?
Yes. And it was, she showed a video that you did 35 years ago on A Course in Miracles. And then she had question and answer from people who were listening. And the question and answer part was especially enlightening to me. It was great.
Which Course in Miracles video was it, do you know?
I don't know. You only described, well, it said the basics and higher level.
Oh, Introduction, Advanced Understanding of A Course in Miracles.
Yes, and I thought that's quite a combination. Introduce them to it and then throw them right in.
Yes. Well, that was a video that I did in Tampa, Florida, probably about 38 years ago. My son would have been about 5. We went to Tampa, and there was a TV producer that was into doing our work, and so we went to his studio, and I did several videos in that time period. So it's about 38 years ago.
Well,
and how do you like that? I've just gotten better looking ever since.
That's the truth.
How cool is that?
Very cool. And you too, Jeanie. I just love your hair.
Thank you. Yeah, during COVID, I just decided to let go of trying to diet
Well, it's
And
beautiful.
it's turned out really well. I like it. So it's God's colors.
Yeah. And I love watching the little girl in the background, or is that the little boy?
That's the little boy. Yeah, that's Lincoln.
Lincoln. Yeah, Ari is now 7, going on about 14, maybe 17.
Yeah. Well, one of the things that was particularly interesting that you talked about when you were answering questions was
Right.
some descriptions of, you said Aria was 5 years old at the time you did this. And
Okay, then that wasn't the one that I did way back when. That's a more recent one then.
no, it
was the Global Book Club, and she had shown or part of
She'd
the
shown
video.
that original, but okay, got it. Yeah.
Right. So you were talking about her understanding of her reality.
Yes.
Compared to your reality. And I thought, wow.
We haven't done that in a while, but we used to play a game where we'd pick some object, something, and then we'd see how many realities we could come up with.
Yeah.
So that was shortly after she had said to us one day, we were watching a TV video and the TV video said something to the effect of, the eyes, and we see. And she turned to me and said, Papa, they don't understand. We don't see with our eyes. We see with our brain.
Yeah.
Like, okay, you got it, girl.
Right. Well, I have to go to the dentist, but I wanted to tell you what a good experience it was to listen to that video.
Cool.
Thank you.
Awesome. Honored and delighted. I think we've got a total of, 4 or 5 different Course in Miracles videos that we've done. And we've got a catalog, actually. We had them transferred from tape to digital, and they're not the best quality recordings, unfortunately, so we haven't done much with them. But actually, back in the day when we had them on cassette tapes, we used to sell them like crazy. But they're 48. Originally, I did Course in Miracles in Fort Lauderdale and Delray Beach. I did 3 classes a week for about 7 years.
Wow.
And we've got a 48 CD series, or streaming CD series now, of 48 of my Course in Miracles lectures. And I've actually got another probably 200 in the archives.
Wow.
But getting those Course in Miracles classes were really fun to do, and had an awesome group. We had anywhere from usually about 70 to 100 people in Fort Lauderdale every Wednesday night. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty cool happening.
Well, I have to leave to go to the dentist, but I wanted to wish you a good day and thank you for your work, because that was a great video that I listened to this morning.
Awesome. All right. Well,
Bye-bye.
Blessings, and may your dentist's hands and heart be totally guided, and you have fun while you're there.
Okay. Bye-bye.
All right. Blessings. Bye-bye. And how is everyone else doing? Anybody, anything to share? I know Susan F. has been processing like the proverbial mad banshee.
Oh, yes, I sure have. Yeah, just trusting the process. So, Susan Bingham, I have to say thank you, because you and Carrie yesterday, by the words that you used and talked about, brought up an huge opportunity to go deep. So yeah, I'm just sitting with that in relation to my father and the ancestors, and bringing the truth into this plane and what part I play with that. Yeah, so thank you.
Generous triggers.
Yeah, very much so. And it was, yeah.
Did you stop breathing on that one? or did you just swallow hard?
Might have been just a swallow hard. Yeah, both actually. I just got to keep remembering that love wins. And when I face the non-being mind. And that's the thing.
Facing that generational mind would be quite a thing to do.
That's it. Right. I was just going to say that the generational mind, especially around processing last night, I was saying, and after, working with the girls and on our last codependency to interdependency workshop, the hopelessness, helplessness, and powerlessness. Yeah, that's really up in the generational trauma of that not being processed and how it's locked in physiology. So yeah, just doing my best to stay present and also not believe any of the non-being mind. What my mind tells me is true is not true. That's the piece. And just trust the tools, trust the process, and know that I will get to the other side. But it's not easy, though. I'm going to say that. That's for sure.
Well, I found it particularly powerful when you touched into some of your dad's suffering being brought up in Germany as it was being Nazified, and then doing worksheets as him, and just him being able to embrace his tender spirit and the abuses that were laid upon him. It's pretty.
Yeah, the
pretty
one that
profound.
I did, he did shame. Well, shame I did as him, and then Adolf, his name was Adolf, lived in my false self. That's what the object of attention was, and then I believed. What did he say? The thought was, I believed what was imprinted upon me, and then how he lived in hate, and then he wanted to love himself. Yeah, and then I saw how he was beaten and he was worthless and adopted, and then he didn't love himself, and then he went and saw how he replicated that with his children. So yeah, deep stuff, deep, and everybody knows. Like I said yesterday, I don't want to go to this next layer. Well, guess what? I'm in the next layer, the next level of vitality. So yeah, just trusting the process and really making. When we were talking on the phone, it's inside. There's no projection out there. It's really in my physiology. I can actually viscerally feel, right, especially in my sacred heart and my back where it's all constricted, and what you were saying, how light gets frozen in physiology when love doesn't get to flow. And that's exactly, I'm there sitting with those frozen parts, and it's a lot of it's not mine, it's generational.
Susan,
Yeah.
I have a question about your dad. Was he in Germany when the Nazis were in power?
Yes. So my father's Swiss and my mother was German. So the Second World War broke out when she was 13.
Oh, wow.
And ended when she was 19. And and then my father was from Switzerland, and I guess he boarded at my grandparents' house. And my mom got pregnant, and they had to they didn't get married till after the war. There's a whole bunch of stuff around that.
I was just wondering, and this is sort of a tangent, but there's an awful lot floating around likening Trump to Hitler. And so Hitler's kind of coming up in everybody's face right now. And I wondered if that was impacting you.
Yeah, no, my mom loved Hitler. He brought a lot, before it went dark. The perception was there was deep depression, and he brought a lot of hope into Germany until he didn't. And, so I don't watch media around Trump. I have no other than sending him love. All I know is the energetic pattern is back around again. And
it is.
Right. And the characters are just playing their role. They have different bodies. And the only way that we're going to resolve this, I believe, is we clean up our own mind energy. And that's what I'm committed to. I'm committed to clean up my family's mind energy. And I'm the ancestor that that I have the presence of mind to hold that mind energy, to look past the ego. And so even with Trump, anything that comes out of my mouth these days, and any hostility or fear, anytime I do that, I have to go in and clean up my mind, because that is uploading right back into the same patterning, into the collective frequency.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. And that's why, no trespasses, when we say that, that is really any thought that enters my mind, that I have a gatekeeper and then I don't always catch it, that I go clean it up when I'm like yesterday, it was a really big trigger for me. And so, oh my gosh. And it was around my father, a lot of it about, I don't believe he was known. Like he was I sense that, I would say that he was a very smart man, but what he had on the inside of his mind, he could not translate it and transmit it to the outer world. So he always felt less than, and he also had a righteous that he was better than as well.
Hmm.
So, yeah. So, and I see that all over the place. This is a collective issue. So I get to clean it up. It's up now. So it's time.
So you said you were triggered yesterday. You mean on the
Mhm.
show?
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
So yeah, and I'll share just because. And by the way, Carrie's on this call. It has nothing to do with you or Carrie. What when you had said that you were wondering, that the show is going past you, or you don't understand, that
Mm-hmm.
you're falling behind. And so when I was giving feedback on that, I could feel that it was, up for cleaning, and you caught it, which I thought was great. And then when Carrie came in and was just saying how, and the two words I heard, and again, Carrie has nothing to do with you. The two words is I have to and I can't. When she was referencing and how she has dialogue with her husband and she can't bring in the spiritual words. So she was talking about reframing language to build a bridge.
Mm-hmm.
So my mind said right away, I just, holy cow, it was, and it could be lifetimes old. And I even came in with that energy when I asked the question. It was around, and I'm just going to say what was up, because this is what was up. And why would I dumb myself down for, this isn't my language, this is the energy in the mind, okay, from my father and who knows many generations, when we have been asleep so many lifetimes. And why would I lower the in whatever the thought was in that moment, lowering the frequency so other people can catch up to what is truth, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that, so I worked, I cried like so much. And Michael was with me a long time yesterday as I processed this. And what I realized, so this mind energy, the non-being mind that's was operating that thought, is a lot to do with my father.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I did a mind shifter yesterday, and the mind shifter I did was, let me just find it. Oh yeah, then it was like 9 pages of it. But it is safe, easy, and healing and beneficial for me to build a bridge to those minds who cannot yet understand the spiritual teachings I'm being asked to bring forth. That was the mind shifter. But the opposition to that and the mind dump kept saying over, I will not dumb myself down, over and over and over. It must have been 15 times it said that. And Michael also caught it on the call.
Mm.
And
I was afraid that you felt that you had to be dumbed down to talk to me.
oh yeah, and that it's this, and I want to say to everybody, I said even with Michael yesterday, I am so thankful for a number of reasons. Number one, that this energy came forward so I could see it and clean it. And never in my world, as Susan Fluick, I want to build a bridge to hold people's hand and take them across the bridge for what they can't yet see. I never would want anybody, as a little kid, felt unprepared and sometimes I didn't get it and all those things. And I know how that felt for me. So never do I ever want to leave any part of myself behind. I don't, yeah, I'm committed
And
to.
what do you want to do?
Yes. And so that was up. And this is my father's, and I can also potentially, I went to past lives where it was the same, where I believe my life may have ended knowing the truth, but yet was what was being coming to me. My life ended. But also, Michael helped me see yesterday, even that experience in that lifetime, my mind energy must have held that for that reality to play out. And it all came down to self-hate. And my
It usually
father's self-hate.
does.
Yeah.
Susan, I'm so in awe of you that you were able to see that building a bridge is not dumbing down, and where this came from and how you were able to heal it. Thank you, Michael, for all that you do. And I'm so proud of you, Susan.
Oh, thank you. It's still not done. They're still not done. And it's locked in physiology right here, and it's locked all here, and it's up in here, and so this is the next level of vitality. And what I know, I can tell you guys, I'm committed to the truth. I'm committed to the truth, and I'm committed to my salvation, and I'm committed to the salvation of my brothers and sisters. That's what I know, and anything in the way of that, let's clean it up. So thank you both for that.
So Susan, I'm going to invite you to mark what moment we're at here on the video and go back and watch, and where
My face.
you made distinctive statements and then your body said no.
Interesting.
And that's just, your body's telling you what the next thing to look at is.
Okay.
And then as you spoke about, languaging, I'm never going to leave myself behind. So we know that the body of the statement is leaving myself behind. So that's the unconscious inclination. So then what is it you really want to create instead of that old language, that old regulatory speech of leaving self behind?
I want salvation. I want salvation for humanity, self and humanity. I want the veil to be lifted. That's what I want.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
So thanks,
What's
everybody. And it's important for me to be honest, and it's my mind cleaning, and just so we're clear, Susan, that nothing to do, right? You know that. I'm so appreciative of you guys bringing that forward, because had you not, I would not have been able to see that. It was the deepest gift ever, because, I'm being asked to be a teacher and bring information forward. And if I'm not building a bridge for people to come on side, that they don't feel they can keep up, whatever that is, then that's not helpful. And I said to Michael yesterday, I could have all of the truest truth in my awareness, but if other people can't perceive it, it's of no use. So, yeah.
And notice how beautifully we'll draw people. We'll show us, kind of tongue in cheek, but seriously, in the Healing Through Relationships workshop all the time, say, most of what people call love relationships are based in matching bag of garbage. And that's because unresolved power person issues are still held in the mind. And the truth is that a love relationship is always only a love relationship, and one that can turn to anger or fear or hate or whatever is just matching bags of garbage. And the beauty of the matching bag of garbage relationship is the exact same relationship that can inspire us to send ourselves or take ourselves to hell can also take us to heaven. Yes. We'll do our work. So.
Not easy though. I can know. Yesterday was lots of crying, lots of the hand in the Avicen, mind shifters, worksheets, layer by layer, and support, of course, with Michael holding my hand as I was navigating. And that one thing is I was aware enough of it to ask for help. And I'm very grateful to myself to say, okay, I see this. And it's up, and I need support. And of course, the support was there.
The ability, it's such a powerful skill when the mind wants to say something about somebody out there, while their own pain and their body is calling them to come inside. And I acknowledge your willingness to do that. The very first intensive you were at, and you were pacing like a tiger, ready to take my head off. And it just took a sentence and you went, oh yeah, and went inside rather than continue to focus on me. And, that's the non-being mind. Whenever pain is happening inside, stop the conversation about everything in the outer world and go on in. And you did that powerfully. And it was such a great tell to, when you came out with so much emotion to dumb myself down. It's like, well, nobody said anything that resembled that. It's like, Oh,
Was
this
that
is from
ever,
the
I mean,
past.
yeah, 15 times. I think I wrote it on the 15 times, and it was, and then Michael helped me see it was really related to my father. And also could be, it's not clean because it's not completely, it's not fully processed. It has something, it has to do with other lifetimes as well, of who I've been in other lifetimes for sure. And you know, that will reveal as needed, but it's not in my conscious mind yet.
So we're here to hold the space for every layer of it.
Yeah, thank you guys.
That's what it's all about.
It is. This is. I just feel blessed to be in this group to support.
And it's really nice when people take responsibility, and when they're in some form of pain or hostility or fear, that they'll speak about themselves rather than try to take off John's head.
Yeah. Yes. Been there, right? Yeah.
Been there, done that too many times.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
So anyone else a thought at this moment? We haven't heard from your sweet voice lately, Cammie. Have you got anything to share with us? How are things going in Mexico? Hope your weather's beautiful. We're getting ready they're calling for a huge storm system to come in here. We're down in the teens at night, and they're talking about possible, like in some areas not far from us, a foot of snow. So, breathing with you.
The weather is beautiful,
Cool.
especially compared to where you are.
Nice.
Um,
I'm over my envy on that.
Good. How many worksheets did you do?
A few. It mostly breathing on it.
Um, um, I'm not. I felt like I just needed to take a break. I haven't been on the show for a few days anyway. And I felt like I needed to take a break. That I was feeling really overwhelmed again. And what's coming up for me is a lot of worksheets that I plan on doing today. Really, it's this is all bullshit. I don't want to do this. It's too much work. All of that stuff. And when I've been immersed in doing this work, I've never felt that way before. So I'm guessing it's just deeper layers of stuff that so I want to say that I'm not doing well. And yet the other side of this is going to be really freeing. I'm not able to see right now the ability to get to the other side. My mind is telling me things like, none of these thoughts are mine. So why do I want to put any weight into them?
Yeah,
Um,
my highest thought would be just breathe them off. Let them go.
like, if it's all an illusion and it's all carbon-based memory and all of that stuff, then why put any weight into them at all?
Well, in our culture, we've defined illusion as something that doesn't exist, but that's not the meaning of the word. If you go to the Aramaic, the word illusion, the root of the word illusion is measured. You remember Yeshua said, as you measure, it will be measured unto you. So what's showing up in your illusion, your creative process, is what you've measured into your mind. If you recognize your creation, another thing is that Yeshua, well, how do you tell where somebody's at? He said, well, just look at the fruit they produce, look at the results. So these illusions are real in the sense that we've engaged in an energy that's produced a result. The result is giving us feedback as to the energy we're holding and what it is that we need to forgive in order to disappear that creation or that process of making up a world based in mind energy that never belonged in the human system in the first place. That makes sense?
No, you lost me at illusion being measure.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
So
So
apparently
once,
there's a definition for measure that I'm not aware of.
well, if let's reduce it to an analogy. So I'm going to make a pie, and I'm going to create the crust and get that all ready, put all the ingredients in, and then I'm going to measure something into the pie. Am I going to measure blueberries or cherries or raisins or apples? And as I measure, as I put into the pie, that's the pie I'm going to get to eat. If life is feeding me something based in trauma and pain, I have a corresponding energy tied into that. And so what I have measured and as you say, geez, a lot of these thoughts, maybe none of them are yours. They might be 10, 100, 1,000 generations old. Again, listen to Yeshua, look to the scriptures, look to the lives of the fathers. Of course, not just fathers, but fathers and mothers, for ours are but a shadow of theirs upon the earth. We're playing out what's been measured into us. And a lot of it, you're right, isn't even ours. The whole process, most of the processing that Susan and I did around what came up yesterday was all about Dad and the trauma that he lived in. And so being measured into our genes, if something in us or something in the world resonates, let's say an old trauma, maybe 20 generations ago, something resonates that in our genes, that energy is going to come up into our creative process, and we're going to tend to play it out. And as I recognize that, I want to utilize the forgiveness process to let go of my hold on that so I can be free of it.
Yeah, I know all that. Right now, I'm just pissed off and don't want to do
Yeah,
it. I just
I understand. I've been there, done that.
It's like, yeah, it's. I guess by the whole, it's not even mine and stuff that I'm trying to avoid it, push it away, whatever, instead of dealing with it head on. And I,
Well, there is another piece in the puzzle there, and that is, and you've heard me say this before, and I don't state it as a fact, but I have this sneaking suspicion that we are our own ancestors, and we're going to be our own descendants. So there's never going to be an easier time to do the work than now.
right.
I remember that quote from
on that, with that line of thinking, then it is mine. But is it? Because it's just generation after generation after generation, and I feel like I want to like use spiritual bypass, observe it and let it go. Like,
there you go. So there's a technology. We've got a book about that actually. It's called "Why Is This Happening to Me?" Or, no, why am I doing this to myself again? You remember that book?
I remember a book that was titled something like that, but it should have been titled "Why Am I Doing This to Myself Again?"
Yep, I hear you.
Um,
And remember that one of the things that creates the claw around the energy that keeps it going is restricting the breath. And that's why you want to bring the breath into action and activity and free yourself of it.
I know what it is. Um, so I don't know, it was maybe a month ago that I felt like I was heavily hitting suicidal ideation, not wanting to be here.
Bringing that one up is a big one.
Yeah, and realizing that it went I first recall having these thoughts when I was a teenager. And what I had realized is they went back way I was little. I just didn't have the words to put to it, but the not wanting to be here and stuff. Um and I'm it's more of that back in my face as we're talking. Um, just another level of that, just not wanting to be here, not wanting to do this.
Well, my offering is there's only one way out, and that's through.
Yeah, I know.
You know, trying to escape it, just get to do it again.
Yeah,
with another layer of intensity.
For the first time in 3 years, I've been having thoughts of wanting to drink.
Mm.
That
So you're
is,
getting close to something.
yeah, it's concerning because uh, I haven't had them since I put alcohol down. So sounds like
But we are here for you 1,000%, holding the space and to be of support with whatever needs to move. And what I hear in those thoughts coming is there's something getting ready to surface that's so big that you want to anesthetize it. And
yeah,
we're here to support you being able to keep your breath moving and recognize it's the holding of the breath that keeps that stuff locked in, and just that it's safe to bring your breath to it and let it go.
yeah.
And we're breathing with you. And I understand. I understand. Yeah, I was, from some of the conversation I had with Susan, was working with her last night, and I was, as I say, I was doing some writing, I was doing some reviewing of my own process over the last 55 years, and I hear you. It can get pretty intense.
Yeah. And yet I've always known that this is my purpose.
And it can be good to anchor that you've been in that place with that level of pain before, and you work through it, and the relief that you feel, the liberty that you feel, and it's safe and healing to work to the next level of it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel like I've ever been here before. It really doesn't feel like it, and
Well, let's talk about your arrival at the workshop in Birmingham, Alabama, after your little road rash incident. You've never been here before? Dear heart, you've worked through deeper layers than this one. And of course, when one comes up, the mind says, oh, this is the worst it's ever been.
right?
And one of the reasons for that is it probably is. But the only reason you're able to even start to be aware of it is you've built your vitality to the point where it's able to show its ugly head. And so while the deeper layers do tend to come up in those circumstances, the only reason they can come up is because you've got a new level of strength and skill with the tools to be able to wrestle it and throw it off.
Yeah,
And you will.
I will.
Yeah. And just rely on the breath, but just, every time those layers come, most important thing you do is just, get into a place where you can, get that breath moving, get 20 or 30 minutes of your breath really moving till you hit that Dakucha factor and bring it in. And that's what will transmute those lower energies.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
And I know you know that.
'Cause I
And
wouldn't-
sometimes we just need a little reminder from our friends.
Yeah. Well, thank you for asking because I wouldn't have talked about it. I appreciate you shedding some light on it. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, we care for you and we honor you and we are here to support you.
Thank you.
Joining you in breath. Any other thoughts?
No, not right now. I'm just in my normal place of confusion when I have this stuff up. So
Well, that's a normal part is you're pouring truth in and breathing and doing your work. And the stuff that loosens up starts to move where the two energies mix. They add together, and that's what we call confusion.
yeah.
And if you just keep pouring the breath in, then the energy that creates the mix will dissipate. That which is not true will absolutely be freed from your field, and clarity will come.
Yeah.
And you're waking up that breath being that you are to the truth of that.
Do you have a mind shifter?
Yes.
Michael,
Yeah.
do you have a mind shifter?
Would you like me to create one on the spot, or would you like to pick a couple of numbers and see where you go?
No. Really, you know what? I would like to ask Susan to give me one.
Go for it. Cool.
You would be willing to do that, Susan?
Hello, my darling. Oh my gosh, I can so relate to all that you're saying and what's up. And I know you're the angel that you are. You will get through this. And just give me. So it's safe, easy, and healing for me to release all that does not belong to me.
Maybe plug the word face in there.
Yeah. Yeah, it's safe, easy, healing, and beneficial for me to face and release all that does not belong to me.
Face and release all that does
Not belong to me.
not belong to me.
And I could feel energetically, yeah, it's exactly what I'm like this, we're all in this collective, we're doing so much for humanity, and we're all in this collective bubble, and, it's almost as though, the way that I'm going to give language to it, it feels like we're being used as conduits. Yes, it belongs to us for sure, our family systems and what our cellular structure is holding, I want to say our spiritual cellular structure of a lifetime's or soul structure. And we're also, it's happening as within, so without, as above, so below. We're purifying also what's happening in the collective field. So it's happening at different layers. It's the personal level, it's the soul level, and then it's also the collective level that we're purifying.
Yeah.
And we have the vitality in this group, and those of us as souls that have been on this journey many, many lifetimes, we've been granted the vitality to be able to process the depth of these traumas. And we don't know when the tipping point's going to be, when the veil breaks, but every time we clean, it's a nodal cleanse. Every light of humanity, the 9 billion or whatever number of people there are on the planet now, it's uploading, and that tipping point is going to happen. So I honor you for your willingness.
Thank you. However, I'm really not. I'm really not willing right now. My thought that came up while you were talking was, yeah, I'm pretty sure that I ended up here by accident and I'm not really supposed to be here.
Oh, put that one on the right side of the page.
Yeah. And we've all been there. I can tell you, I've sit down, you know what? I've also, I think not recently, but so many times, Cami, get me out of here. This is not what I signed up for. No, I'm not doing this. I'm done. I'm done this game. This is just too much. Too much. Many, many times. And we're back around, and we're here layer by layer.
I've been there many times by not supposed to be here. It's like you frequently talking about that, like we're all here because we've been working many lifetimes together and stuff, and I'm thinking that I ended up in this group somehow by, I don't know, some kind of error in the energy.
You keep thinking that.
Right.
You just keep thinking that, yeah. Knowing, and then even you get to challenge that, because we do know it's an energy game here. We come together by resonance, and the mind tells us all these stories, and it's because of this, but none of it, it's just, we just have to follow the energy. You landed right here, and you've also been, oh my gosh, in this work for how many years that you have been, your frequency called in Dr. Ryce and Jeanie long before, oh my gosh, so your resonance was already ready years ago.
Okay, I'm gonna take y'all's word for it, but did I just say y'all? Oh my.
I know. How did I land here? This cannot be where I'm supposed to be. And also sometimes when I've been at the space where I want to I say to myself, I accept myself as the person who doesn't want to do this anymore or that wants to quit, whatever that is. And I say, this is how I preface it after. I say, and that is not all of me. So the part of you that wants to
Right.
quit, the part of you that wants to quit, she's the one that needs the love the most and to come alongside and saying, I got you, we got this. And often I know in my experience, when that part of me comes and leads the reality, then it feels really heavy for that aged part of me. When I step into my true nature, that I got this, I got us, and you get to rest in me while we process this, I'll hold you through it. And then I also give her evidence of all the times, like she wouldn't have had support. And it was too much for that age part of you. Oh my gosh, what she had to experience, even being baked in the oven, in the womb, when all that discord was going on, that incoherent energy between your birth mom and her mother, and the overwhelm of that just energetically. And of course, you wouldn't have had language. You would have felt this all in the energetic expression. And you're so tuned in, all of us, when we come in, we would have felt the incoherence of that energy. And then you got to be born into a family system where you didn't know, and your birth mother and your bio mom, as you call her, and then your adopted mom was actually your grandmother, and then pitting each other against each other. Oh my gosh, can you imagine for your psyche? No wonder that she wants to check out.
Oh, yeah, I guess it is that, like, I was feeling like it wasn't that young. But yeah, I want to stomp my feet.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to throw a temper tantrum.
And do it. Allow her to do that. Oh, you guys, I have to tell you, I have a scream towel exercise that I do, where I go get a hand towel, fold it in threes, and then I cover I bring the hand towel to my mouth, and then but I don't scream from my throat. You want to protect your throat, but going right from the belly. And then I usually put some rage music on. And then breathing is important, obviously bringing that in, and allow that energy to discharge out of your system. And she would have been very angry. And also I've done a lot of breath work in my day where I've a lot of rage has been processed through heliotropic breath work. And it's important that they have that part of you that never got a chance to express. And that's what I even realized with what happened to me yesterday. That part of it is my father, or aspects of me. All of me gets to exist in my presence, and making space for that piece of me to be present. Not that part's running my reality, because I'm the CEO, but it is sitting at my executive table. That part of me that was feeling that hostility yesterday, that's in my field, that belongs to me. And say, okay, here you are. I invite you. You're invited to exist in my presence, and I'm here to help you grow up.
And then remember the other side of the equation, that when you free yourself of that, you get to tap into the awesomeness and the delight of the fact that you have a human life and you are a creator.
Yeah.
Like, just, you look at the vastness of this universe, and you and I get to have a human life. Like, yeah, if we're lost in pain and trauma, it can seem like, well, who wants it? But recognize that on the other side of freeing yourself from that, it's like your physiology flows with the presence of, literally, the presence of this sweetest love that exists. You know, think about the moments when that love was flowing through you. You're holding your son, Alex, and how awesome that was. And yeah, it's overshadowed with some other things right now, but that other stuff is temporary. The truth about you as a being called love is permanent, eternal.
And I also remind everybody, we're in the final weeks of the snake year, and I sent out a little post to a small group. So it said, if you're reading this before February 17th, save this. We're in the final weeks of the wood snake year. This is a closing phase. The snake year is about shedding, releasing, and clearing what can't come with you. Old patterns, old attachments, old versions of yourself that no longer fit where you're headed. If things feel slower, heavier right now, that's not a setback. That's completion energy doing its job. On February 17th, 2026, we officially enter the year of the fire horse. That's when momentum builds. That's when movement returns. That's when the energy shifts outwards. Until then, let this be a time of release, of rest, and honest reflection. Don't rush what's still closing. Make space. What's coming next needs you lighter and clearer. Be ready.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Breathing with you on that.
And for all of us that think it's coming up, and that's the thing I kept saying yesterday to myself, trust the process. I kept going into this discomfort and this physiology, right, especially in my sacred heart and down the solar plexus. And I don't, of course, my mind wants to understand everything. It's beyond understanding, and just use the tools and trust the process. That's where I'm at right now.
Yeah.
Because I don't have like all this stuff that's up. It's not even mine, or maybe it is mine. It doesn't matter. That's all. It doesn't matter. Just continue.
Right. It too.
Clean the energy, knowing, and when the resistance and I don't want to, like Michael says, and you're feeling that urge to drink, that's what a beautiful tell. And you go, get to face something deeper, something more is going to be released. This must be a really powerful one.
And this is the place to take a breath into it and let it soften and let it go. Remember, last week we were in the topic of on creating consciously, and I didn't share this particular quote last week, but I have shared it. I know you've heard it before, but to me it fits here once again really well. Here's the guy who got the Nobel Prize for putting forward the theory of quantum physics, of how this creative process works. And he says, in all my research, I have never come across matter. To me, the term matter implies a bundle of energy which is given form by an intelligent spirit. We could say, or a not so intelligent mind from the past. And I would replace, in that quote, I would replace the word breath, the spirit there, with breath, by an intelligent breath. As a man who's devoted his whole life to the most clear-headed study of science, to the study of matter, I can tell you as a result of my research about atoms this much. There is no matter as such. All matter originates and exists only by virtue of a force which brings together the particles of an atom to vibration and holds this most minute solar system of the atom together. You're a creator. Okay? Some things been measured in for all of us that we all wish, could have done without this. And on the other side of it is the ability to literally be that quantum creator that holds to the mind energy of being and holds to the mind energy of human life and holds to the energy of truth and brings transformation to all of it. And to live in delight in your physiology because you freed it of what's been measured in from the world of trauma. And unfortunately, the world's been so filled with trauma for so many thousands of years that it still hangs around. But we can make it different. So I am glad that you decided to join us today, Cami. And I'm glad that you, when I asked, put your hand up to share what's going on for you. And know that we're just here with you, breathing and holding the space. Even Lincoln, he's sitting right beside me. You probably heard his voice just there.
I thought I saw Jeannie holding him earlier on camera.
Yeah, she brought it. She brought him in here a couple minutes ago. Lincoln, you say hello? You gonna say hello? Say hello? What's a lion say? Rah. Whenever we ask him what a lion says, he gets this big grin, toothy grin on his face, and rah. What? You want the headset? I said, okay, I'm gonna put the headset on Ryan for you to say hello to him. I'm Lincoln.
Hi, Lincoln.
He's talking to you.
Are you talking? Hello. Gonna say hi. What do lions say? Rawr.
Well, what do you think? You say hello? Can you say hello? Oh, you want it back again? You want to say it's back again? Who's in there? Who's talking to you? So he's right with us holding the space too. Joining you in the process of forgiving and creating consciousness.